is Stand Still here. In today's video, I will be demonstrating and discussing the Kegel exercise. It's important to strengthen the pelvic floor muscles to help treat incontinence and to prepare one for childbirth recovery. No, I'm only kidding. This is Kiwi Whispers, and unfortunately that won't be happening in today's video. But something that is quite exciting, for me at least, is that I was accepted into the YouTube Partnership Program. So yeah, I was pretty excited to see that. But I think there are a few other whisperers that are in the partnership program. So I feel pretty privileged to be a part of that now. So that's really cool. Well, today I went to the airport to collect my sister, who also came over with my nephew, who is only about probably 7 months old. This is the first time I've seen him, met him, so I was really excited to see them. I'm really happy because he's one of the only babies that hasn't cried when I've met them because I don't know, been scared of me. So yeah, we've bonded pretty well so far. He seems to smile a lot at me, so that's good. He's not scared of me, so that's nice. So what I had planned for this video was nothing too serious. I've got a big list of fun facts. If you don't know what those are, they are facts that are fun. So we'll get straight into that. First fact: killer whales, also known as orcas, kill sharks by torpedoing up into the shark's stomach from underneath, causing the shark to explode. Isn't that amazing and fun at the same time? Advertisements for coffee in London in 1657 claimed that the beverage was a cure for scurvy, gout, and other ills. Maybe that's why people drink so much coffee these days. To an observer standing on Pluto, the sun would appear no brighter than Venus appears in our evening sky. The itch from a mosquito bite can be soothed by cutting open a clove of garlic and rubbing it on the bite. Yeah, but the only problem with that is your arm would stink of garlic for a while. I don't know. The average office desk has 400 times more bacteria than a toilet. Now that's kind of worrying. An average driver spends approximately 2 hours and 14 minutes kissing in their car in a lifetime. Somehow I think someone just took a wild guess at that figure. 1/4 of the human brain is used to control the eyes. Well, I must have a bad 1/4 of my brain because I have terrible eyes. 40% of all indigestion remedies sold in the world are bought by Americans. No surprises there, guys. The placement of a donkey's eyes in its head enables it to see all 4 feet at all times. This is a silly one. Each year, there are more than 40,000 toilet-related injuries in the United States. That's probably because they've just taken their indigestion tablets. Telephonophobia is the fear of telephones. I can't stand say this word. The longest word in the English language is pneumona ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. I'll try it again. Pneumona ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. Not bad, huh? Yeah. And it's a lung disease contracted from breathing in too much volcanic dust settlement. The human heart creates enough pressure to squirt blood 30 feet. Impressive. Every 238 years, the orbits of Neptune and Pluto change, making Neptune at times the farthest planet from the Sun. A group of whales is called a pod, or gam, G-A-M. All clams start out as males. Some decide to become females at some point in their lives. But there's also some people in the human race, some males that happens to as well. Famous billionaire Howard Hughes stored his own urine in large bottles. Well, I mean, really, who doesn't do that? The revenue that is generated from gambling is more than the revenue that comes from movies, cruise ships, recorded music, theme parks, and spectator sports combined. Now there's your problem. This is quite funny. To have your picture taken by the very first camera, you would have had to sit still for 8 hours. Imagine that. The word lethologica describes the state of not remembering the word you want to say. That's quite funny because I have a hard time. I just proved my point. I have a hard time trying to find the words I want to say. So, lethologica. Beethoven dipped his head in cold water before he composed. Nice. Every year, $1.5 billion is spent on pet food. This is 4 times the amount spent on baby food. A ball of glass will bounce higher than a ball made of rubber. I would like to try that. That would be very interesting to find out. The average human head weighs about 8 pounds. Elephants are the only animals that cannot jump. I think that's a good thing. You wouldn't want an elephant jumping. You're born with 300 bones, but when you get to be an adult, you only have 206. If you put a raisin in a champagne bottle, it will rise and fall continuously. Here's a good one. A human head remains conscious for about 15 to 20 seconds after it has been decapitated. 4 is the only number whose number of letters in the name equals the number. Females learn to talk earlier, use sentences earlier, and learn to read more quickly than males. Typical. Dragonflies have 6 legs, but cannot walk. That's a little ironic. Some species of fish have voices. Yeah, it's called Finding Bloody Nemo. Wow, interesting. Marilyn Monroe had 6 toes. When you sneeze, all your bodily functions momentarily stop, including your heart. The number 2,520 can be divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 without having a fractional left over. read somewhere that rats can't vomit either, and that's why rat poison works, because they can't vomit it back up. You can send a postcard from hell. There is a small town located in the Cayman Islands called Hell. They even have a post office. Buttermilk does not contain any butter, so why call it that? In Delaware, you may not sell dead people for money without a license. So if you have a license, then fine, sell as many dead people as you like. That is crazy. If you head directly south from Detroit, the first foreign country you'll enter is Canada. So yeah, you must go all the way down and around. That's quite cool. Here's another crazy American law. In Providence, Rhode Island, it is illegal to sell toothpaste and a toothbrush to the same customer on a Sunday. Oh my goodness, here's another crazy one. In Vermont, it is illegal to whistle while underwater. Come on. I mean, I don't know if all these laws are true or not, but crazy if they are true. The difference between apple juice and apple cider is that the juice is pasteurized and the cider is not. Dalmatians are born without spots. Oh come on, everyone knew that. You only have to watch 101 Dalmatians to know that. 2 normal kidneys contain 2 million tiny blood filters, which filter 50 gallons of blood every day. Our body is amazing. The streets of Victor, Colorado, once a gold rush town, are paved with low-grade gold. Oh my goodness, that is awesome. Does anyone live there? Can you tell me if that's true? I'm coming over otherwise. The Pacific Ocean holds 46% of the world's water. The rest is divided into the Atlantic Ocean at 23.9%, the Indian at 20.3%, and the Arctic Ocean at 3.7%. That's quite funny. When Scott Paper Co. first started manufacturing toilet paper, they did not put their name on their product because of embarrassment. Fair call. In Chicago, it is illegal to take a French poodle to the opera. I'm guessing somebody had a bad experience with a French poodle at an opera at some point. The Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, has twice as many bathrooms as is necessary. When it was built in the 1940s, the state of Virginia still had segregation laws requiring separate toilet facilities for blacks and whites. The artist Vincent van Gogh sliced part of his ear off in madness. Chocolate contains phenylethylamine, PEA, which is Chocolate contains phenylethylamine, PEA, which is a natural substance that is reputed to stimulate the same reaction in the body as falling in love. Oh. Dogs have about 10 vocal sounds. Cats have over 100. South Africa is the only country to have 3 capital cities, one for each branch of its government: administrative, legislative, and judicial. Europe is the only continent without a desert. If you wanted to count from 1 to 1 trillion, and you started right now, counting 24 hours a day, it would take you about 31,688 years. Mexico City is sinking at a rate of 6 to 8 inches a year because it's built on top of an underground reservoir city's growing population of more than 15 million people. Before toilet paper was invented, French royalty wiped their bottoms with fine linen. More people die from eating sharks than from being eaten by them. This is due to a poison in shark meat. 1 billion seconds is about 32 years. Cutthroat Island is the biggest movie flop in history, losing an estimated $81 million. That's a bummer. During his lifetime, artist Vincent van Gogh only sold one of his paintings. Wow. The planet Jupiter spins so fast that there are 2 sunrises and 2 sunsets every 24 hours by Earth times. Nothing rhymes with the word month. For beer commercials, they add liquid detergent to the beer to make it foam more. It's a diverse world we live in. In the US, football, basketball, and baseball are the 3 most watched sports on TV. In England, the top 3 most viewed are soccer. Sorry, that should be called football. Formula One, auto racing, and boxing. In Russia, it's soccer, also football, ice hockey, and boxing. And in China, it's football, table tennis, and swimming. Music can help reduce chronic pain by more than 20% and can alleviate depression by up to 25%. That's interesting. About 25% of the population sneeze when they're exposed to light. Well, I'm one of them because also people with blue eyes are more likely to sneeze when exposed to light. Blue eyes are the most sensitive to light, and I think it's brown-eyed people are less sensitive. Bananas aren't a fruit, they are a type of herb. Yeah, so I've heard. Hershey's Kisses are called that because the machine that makes them looks like it's kissing the conveyor belt. If a surgeon in ancient Egypt lost a patient while performing an operation, his hands were cut off. That's a bit rough. Over 80% of the brain is water. The average person walks the equivalent of twice around the world in a lifetime. Wine will spoil if exposed to light, hence tinted bottles. It takes 40 minutes to hard boil an ostrich egg. And finally, according to an old English system of time units, a moment is considered to be 1.5 minutes. So there you go. I hope you've learned something tonight.